Alright, in this video we want to examine multiplication and division of fractions. And we're going to see the relationship between multiplying and dividing fractions. Now, when multiplying fractions, you need to examine the concept of cancellation or reducing to the lowest term. That is one good thing you need to consider. Now, if I have something like 1 over 3 times 2 over 5, now, you can either do a direct multiplication, then you reduce to the lowest term, or you try to cancel out some things before you get your final answer. Now, in this case, and how do you cancel out? You can only cancel out vertically or diagonally. So what I mean is you can only cancel out vertically or this way, and you can as well cancel out diagonally like this. You cannot cancel out horizontally. That is very, very important, and that needs to be noted. Now, if you look at this now, 1 times 2 will give us 2, 3 times 5 will give us 15. And here, there is nothing that can divide 2 and 15 at the same time. So that means we will leave it this way. Let's try another question, which says 5 over 8 times 12 over 15. Now, you can cancel this out diagonally. How? Now, we can say 5 here 1, 5 in 15, 3. Also, we can say 4 in 8, 2, 4 in 12, 3. That will give us 1 times 3 divided by 2 times 3. And 1 times 3 is 3. 2 times 3 is 6, which can as well be reduced to 1 over 2. This is how you multiply fractions. I'll take another question, but this time around it will be mixed. So let's look at this mixed number, 1, 3 over 5 times 2, 1 over 8. The first thing you do is to convert the mixed number to an improper fraction. Now, one whole number, 3 over 5, will give us what? 8 over 5. If you still remember that, 5 times 1 is 5. 5 plus 3 will give you 8. Times 8 times 2 is 16. 16 plus 1 is 17. Now, looking at this diagonally, 8 here 1, 8 here 1. So we are left with what? We're left with 1 times 17 divided by 5 times 1, which will give 17 over 5. And if you convert this to a mixed number, you will get 3 whole number, 2 over 5. So this is the process of multiplying fraction. Now let's look at division. I usually use this acronym KFC, which means keep, flip, change. And I'll tell you what that means. Now let's look at this beautiful question. 1 over 2 divided by 1 over 8. If I want to simplify this, the first fraction is 1 over 2. I will keep it. The second fraction is 1 over 8. I will flip it. And if you flip 1 over 8, you get what? 8 over 1. The sign is division. You change it to multiplication. That's the idea behind the keep, flip, and keep, flip, change. You keep the first fraction, you flip the second fraction, and you change the division sign to multiplication. So looking at this, we can easily cut out. So 2 here, 1, 2 here, 4. And that will give us 1 times 4 over 1 times 1, which is equals 4 over 1, and that is 4. Let's try some other question. If you have 7 over 8 divided by 2 whole number 3 over 4. So we already have one of the numbers to be mixed number, which we're going to convert to an improper fraction. So that gives us 7 over 8 divided by 4 times 2 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11 over 4. So the same way, you keep your first fraction, you flip the second fraction, and you change the symbol. So let's do, can we cut out something here? 4 here, 1, 4 here, 2. And that will give us what? 7 times 1 over 2 times 11, which will definitely give us 7 over 22. One more question for this particular division, which gives us 1 whole number 2 over 3 divided by 1 whole number 3 over 5. Now, since they are all mixed number, we'll convert them to an improper fraction. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 plus 2 will give us 5. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 plus 3 will give us 8. Then we do what? We keep the first fraction, we flip the second fraction, and we change the symbol. So that will give us what? We can't cut here because don't forget, you can't say 5 here 1, 5 here 1 because they're on the same part of the fraction. So we'll do 5 times 5, which is 25, 3 times 8, which is 24. And that will give us 1 whole number 1 over 24. And this is how you divide and you multiply fraction. I hope this video helps. Thank you.